I'm Emmanuel and welcome to my workbench and welcome to another State of My Collection video. Today we are going to look at the state of my 50-cent pieces. I rarely get a chance to hunt these. Banks, these don't really circulate anymore, and so it's rare that banks have them. So this is going to be a quick video, but before we get going, let me talk about this month's giveaway. This month's giveaway will be this glow-in-the-dark 50th anniversary toonie celebrating the construction of the CN Tower in Toronto. If you're watching the FIFA World Cup, any of the games held in Toronto, you will see when they do a shot of the stadium, you will see the CN Tower there in the background. And all you have to do to be eligible to win this coin is just leave a comment down below. And early in July, I will be happy to mail this to the winner. Let's get right to it. So for these, for all of the silver in this book, all of the silver was purchased by me. None of the silver was ever found in rolls, in coin roll hunt, in any rolls of 50 cents that I would have gotten. But let's start right away on the first page. It starts with 1870 and going to 1901, and I don't have any of these. Oh, I do have one. What am I saying? I have a 1900 right here. I have the 1900. It is very, very slick, but the date is readable. 50 cents, 1900. As long as the date is readable, that's all I care for. Let's have a look at the back here. The back is Queen. Oh yes, I remember this. And a viewer told me about this. Look at the bottom here. This is a Newfoundland 50-cent piece. It is not a Canadian 50-cent piece. Newfoundland joined Canada as a province in 1949, and they issued their own currency up to then. And so in 1900, this is a Newfoundland 1900 coin with Queen Victoria on it. So this one is going to go out of this book into my, if I don't have this date, it'll probably join my Newfoundland collection. So there we go, a little sneak peek at the Newfoundland book. For Newfoundland, I'm really only trying to collect a typeset, so I'll have to check to see if this one improves on the one in my typeset collection. Oh well, a little sidebar there. Let's go to the second page. Second page is from 1902 to 1917, and this one I do have coins here. The earliest that I have here is this 1906. You can see the design quite clearly here. 50 cent Canada, 1906. We have the ivy leaves. I think these are ivy leaves with the ribbon at the bottom. This one is a little bit slicker. We have 1910. It says Victorian leaves. There's a Edwardian leaves over here. I believe this is where we changed the obverse on the back. 1913, 1916, and 1917, which rotated. I'm sorry if that annoys you. They rotate on their own. These slots are not tight. And so the coin tends to rotate with movement. But let's have a look at the obverses here. Now these are in American orientation. Let me flip it upside down so we can have a look here. This is King Edward VII on these coins over here. And then obviously what happens is they change the orientation of production. And we have regular orientation when he goes back to King George V over here. And that's the rotated King George V. Very cool. The next page, 1918 all the way to 1943. Here, this is where we see the design change that happens around 1936 or 1937. I think 1936 is probably the date of the design change because they skipped 1935. And there are varieties of, you can see here that I've put a little modifier, which says narrow date or wide date. The last, in these 1940s here, the last digit was hand punched. And so depending on where they put the location of the die, it was either a narrow date or a wide date. So let's have another look at these here. This one is a particularly good example, 1929. Very cool. And then the new design featuring Canada's coat of arms. You got a unicorn on one side and a lion on the other. The coat of arms. This is actually the coat of arms of the king, I believe. And 1937. 1941 is a really, it's almost AU, I would say. Well, maybe not at least extremely fine. Very cool. So on this page, I have 1918, 1919, 1929, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, and 43. Let's look at the obverses here. So these continue to be King George V on these. Sorry for the rotated coins. And then we go from George V over here to George VI, if you, which is a familiar design, because I still find them when I am coin roll hunting pennies and nickels, more often than not. Very, very cool. All of these still say, and Emperor of India. So George VI, by the grace of God, and George VI, by the grace of God, King, and India, Emperor, is it there. In Latin, of course. Moving on to the next page, we got 1944 to 1953, and I have 44, 45, 46. There is a variety where the 6 was punched into the hoof of the unicorn. The 1947 straight 7 and the curved 7, I have one of each of these, and this is the narrow date. There's also a variety with the wide date over here. I do not have a 1947 maple leaf. This is the transition year where they removed the line about the Emperor of India. 1949, 1950, which is rotated, unfortunately. 51, 52, 53, small date, no shoulder fold. 53, large date, no shoulder fold. So let's have a look at these guys. The design is the same. So let's go right to the obverse, and me mentioning shoulder fold, no shoulder fold, means that we know what's coming up, and we're going to have the laureate portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. And here is the King George V, by the grace of God, King. They instead of saying DG, they put the whole word De Grazia, and they got rid of course, Emperor of India after India's independence. The next page over here is from 1953 with the shoulder fold all the way to 1967. And I do have a variety that I put on the bottom here, the 1943 with the wide date. And we have another design change on this page that happened in 1959, where they made the coat of arms smaller. So let's look at the 1965 here, because this one is in AU condition. That's the new design, a slightly smaller coat of arms. They moved the date from beneath the coin. So these ones here, the date is at the bottom where it says Canada down here, and the date, and they moved the Canada to the side, and they put the date on either side of the crown, moving the coat of arms slightly lower on the coin. Now, 1967, of course, was the centennial of Canada, and for half piece, the $half piece, it was a howling wolf that they put on it here. See if I can get a better relief, not so much glare on it. Very, very cool. So let's have a look at these guys' obverses. These should all be Queen Elizabeth II with the laureate portrait. Here is an excellent example of it here. And then in 1965, we changed to the tiara version of Queen Elizabeth II. This is the version of that I grew up with on my coins when I was a kid. Very cool. And then after 1967, we moved over to the non-silver coins. These were still in circulation pretty much up to the early 80s, and that's when the Royal Canadian Mint decided to stop producing them for circulation. And you'll see that my collection, though I have a lot of silver and a lot of the early non-silver dates, the nickel dates, you will see that as we go to the modern dates, that's where I have holes in my collection. So 1968 to 1986 on this page, with a variety over here, round jewels and square jewels. These are referring to the jewels in the crown over here. But let's have a good look. 1983 here is and 1984 here. 1983 is a better example. This one is uncirculated. Very cool. A rotated one over here, unfortunately, but that is the nature of this book. And these are all the same tiara obverse. This one on here is a proof. You can tell between a proof and a circulation strike. Circulation strike looks normal, but the proof is in reverse cameo. So this is a proof that I should probably mark that this 1984. Even the coat of arms is in a reverse cameo. So I will put a note to myself to mark that. Well, might as well use the magic of editing, and we're going to go like this. And there we have it. So that got fixed. So let's look at the next page. The next page, we have 1987 to 2002. So lots of commemoratives on here. We have the 125th anniversary here in 1992. That features a double date. We'll have a look at that one over here. I have a W minted 2000 and a 1998 minted, Winnipeg minted proof-like coins. You know, if you're Canadian, you know that Winnipeg mints all of our circulation coinage. So what's so special about having a W mint mark? Well, Winnipeg doesn't usually do proof and proof-like strikes. So these are for the proof and proof-like strikes. That's why they have the W mint mark over here. 2001 is when, well, 1999 really is when they started issuing the nickel-clad steel core 50-cent pieces with the P mint mark, but the first one I have is from 2001. And there are two Golden Jubilee 2002 varieties over here that I have that we'll have a look at over here as well. So moving on over here, so 1992, we can see the double date over here, 1867 to 1992. Very cool. By this time, all of these here are only issued in special rolls. They're not circulated anymore, so we'll have a look at the obverse for the 2W mint marked over here. And then here's the Golden Jubilee one. You'll see that there is no date on here because for the Golden Jubilee, they put the date on the obverse. And this one you're familiar with. I have given this one away in my giveaways, 1952 to 2002 over here. This one doesn't have the word Canada and 50 cent on this side. Well, it has 50 cents up at the top, but it doesn't have Canada on this side. So let's look at these obverses. Starting with the W mint marks. And we also move over here to the crowned portraits of Queen Elizabeth. Here's the W mint mark over on the 1998 and the W mint mark over here for the 2000. And the commemorative over here has the crowned portrait of Queen Elizabeth on this side with Canada over here and DC Regina over there. And I'm looking over here that this is a proof as well. I'm just looking to make sure that I don't have any other proofs. So this one is a proof. My 1995, so we have to fix that. You know what it's like. And there we go, that fixes that. So now I have a 1995 proof there as well. I missed the fact that it's reverse cameo over here. Not reverse, I keep saying reverse cameo, it's in cameo. Reverse cameo is when the background is in cameo and the foreground is not. So I keep saying reverse cameo for these. These guys over here are cameo, not reverse cameo. Moving on to the next page. Now, of course, these are the modern ones. You'll see that this is where I start being lacking in my collection. This starts in 2003. And this goes all the way to 2019. I have the 2003 with the Winnipeg mint mark on it. And this is also the transition to the uncrowned portrait. I have the 2005, the 2007, 2008, and I have the two 2017s, the regular quote-unquote circulation strike, as well as the commemorative 150th anniversary logo strike. So let's have a quick look at the commemorative over here. There you go. That's the logo, 1867 to 2017. Very cool. And let's have a look at the new uncrowned. This is the new uncrowned portrait with the W and P mint mark underneath. W for Winnipeg and P for steel core. Very, very cool. And the final page here are the moderns going from 2000. I have a space all the way from 2007. And for these, I have 2021, the commemorative 2021, where they went with the old design. And they put the King George VI on the obverse. We'll have a look at that. 2023 and 2026. Now, 2023 is the first year of issue of King Charles III. So let's have a quick look over here. So here's the commemorative with King George VI on the obverse for 2021. And here are the King Charles III on the new ones. Very, very cool. So that is the state of my collection. I'm actually looking for the modern ones. Of course, I'm looking to fill out my my silver collection as well. But the moderns are the ones that I am looking for. But let's head on to my coin roll hunting book. Now, of course, I don't really get these very often, and so what you'll see is that the years that I have is what I've found the common ones. So we have 1968, the first year of the nickel 50-cent pieces, all the way to 1982, where they stopped producing them for circulation. A lot of gaps in here, of course. And of course, the 2002 that I got a whole bunch of for the Golden Jubilee as well. And those are the only ones that I have in my coin roll hunting book. I didn't even bother buying the silver ones because I'm not going to find any silver coin roll hunting. And I don't even have the modern one where it goes beyond 2013. Should I ever find more 50-cent coins from my bank, then I will get those as well. But that is it for today's video. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click on my logo over here to subscribe. Here is a video that might be of interest to you, as well as a playlist of, let's put Canadian banknotes there, because I don't have any playlist for 50-cent coins. I don't have enough videos to make a playlist, so let's put Canadian banknote videos over here. Until next time, thanks for watching.